All right, I'm going to have a go at the weekly Guardian Quiptic Crossword, usually simpler than the daily, set this week by Anto. It may display welcome for person being badly treated. Badly treated makes me think of an anagram, but I don't see 7 letters. I presume the definition is it may display welcome. Yeah, I don't know. Could it be an anagram of treated? No, I don't see anything there. Let's try the downs. Working sailor lands on Jupiter moon to establish city. Well, working is usually on, like if your television is working, it's turned on. Sailor, oh, I'm thinking is a tar. And I do believe there is a moon of, well, Jupiter it must be. But I do know there's a moon somewhere in our solar system called Io. And put all that together, you get Ontario. All right, lover representing NATO in central Paris. Ooh, that's clever. So it's a reference to the NATO phonetic alphabet. The center letter of Paris is R, and in the NATO alphabet, that is Romeo, the lover. All right, so, well, it's not an anagram of treated anyway. Something may display. Oh, could it be it may display like a monitor of some kind? No. How about style of exotic trade supported by business? Exotic might be an anagram of trade, and then supported by business might be firm or co for company. Yes, so I did see within trade we have art, and then left over DE, and then our company gives us Art Deco, which is a style. Now let's carry on with the downs. I seem to be doing better with them. You register drug to pick up praise. So funny. We have drug, which is often used to represent the letter E for ecstasy or H for heroin. Our speed we had recently. But to pick up often means a homophone. Somebody listening might pick up a word for praise, but they're saying a word for you registered drug. Oh, could it be something like a chemist or a... No, I don't get that. How about providing support by transferring workers temporarily? No, I don't get that one. It tells broadcaster what to say, reporting traffic buildup. Well, reporting might be a homophone. I'm thinking it's something like an auto cue. Oh, yes. So I think QCUE sounds like a KUEUE, and auto for automobile. So I think that's the auto cue. All right. One who saves initially is against hoarding after disorder. Oh my goodness. Disorder suggests an anagram, but what are we anagramming? The word after? Yeah, don't get that. Something very small, well, with the letters we have must be atom. And splitting chat room in half, well, the second half of chat and the second half of room. There we go. All right, journey, delayed, blocked by idiotic extremists 3 times. I'm wondering if it is a journey and then maybe a word for delayed. Blocked by might mean we have to put inside. And idiotic extremists, the extreme letters of idiotic are the I and the C. And then 3 times? Is it some strange word that has 3 occurrences of IC in it? What would a journey be with IC? Or maybe 3 times is trice. No, I'm going to need more letters for that. Rhythmic feel is an essential part of vinyl record. I think this is a fairly straightforward double definition. If you remember vinyl or you've gotten back into it, groove, of course, would be an essential part, and that might also describe a rhythmic feel that you have. Get into the groove. Brussels information is about conservative, providing dodgy science. So I'm not sure if the definition is dodgy science. Or could it be Brussels? Brussels maybe standing in for the European Union in some way. Oh, but maybe, yes, I am thinking of dodgy science beginning with EU. Information is Jan. And then we have the word is that goes about C for conservative. And eugenics is a dodgy science. There we go. Lecture on ancient defensive structure surrounded by hotels. Well, hotel can be H in the NATO alphabet, so I am wondering if we're going to begin and end with H. Well, that means the definition will be at the start, and it's going to be a lecture. Oh, I don't know what that would be. Yeah, no, can't think of it. Speaker chooses line that's part of picture. Oh, speaker might indicate a homophone too. This could it be chooses line? Pixel. Yeah, you picked the letter L stands for line. So it is a homophone, and a pixel is definitely a part of a picture on what I'm looking at, and you are too. Okay, suggest using spare cash for launch. Spare cash, change, coins. No. Forcibly enlist group of journalists. Well, the old term for grabbing people and forcing them into the Navy was press gang, and group of journalists could be, in fact, there was a television, maybe it's still going, weekly program, I think, called The Press Gang. Anyway, actor sat in disguise of old style singer. So I'm thinking actor sat has 8 letters. We're going to disguise that or anagram it and get an old style singer. Could it be like a scat singer? Or is it the name of an old style singer? It's not Sinatra. Actor sat. Yeah, I'm not seeing that. Crooner. No, don't get it. Unique attitude aristocrat has no time for. Ooh, unique attitude. One something? I'm wondering if maybe it's a word or phrase for an aristocrat and we remove the T for time. But I don't see it. The first gardeners, some Londoners believe so. Now I'm immediately wondering if we're going to have a Cockneyism dropping an H. Adam and Eve. Ah, yeah, so it's actually Cockney rhyming slang where you might say, I don't Adam and Eve it instead of believe it. And I suppose since they were in the Garden of Eden, then they were the first gardeners in some way. All right, check. Top class beverage from India. Well, top class, I immediately thought of A1, which would be AI. Check, I think, must be CH. So I suppose if in writing you might say, we'll accept a check or a credit card, you might see CH. I think that's where that abbreviation comes from. And then with the A1, we have chai, beverage from India. All right, seaweed found round river furrow. Well, or sorry, seafood. I don't know why I said seaweed. Oh, I think it might have been from today's Strands game at the New York Times. I do enjoy that as a gentle little teaser, hidden word game. But seafood, so I think we're going to put some 6-letter seafood around R for river, and it's going to give us furrow. Yeah, I think I'm going to need some letters for that. Like a warm feeling you get next to fire. Ooh, I'm wondering if the synonym for fire we have to find is for dismissing somebody firing or firing a gun. I think it's too obvious that it's going to be a fire where you warm yourself. Like a warm feeling. No. Don't see that. All right, where did I leave off? In the downs. Here we go. Rehashed leftovers a hit at this high-class establishment. All right, 13 letters and leftovers is 9 plus a hit is 4. So I think we're going to rehash our anagram. Leftovers a hit. And it's going to be a high-class establishment. I'm immediately wondering where the V is going to be. I think having the word over in the middle would be too close to the fodder leftovers, so. And then there's the F as well. High class establishment. We'll try the anagram helper and maybe I will be lucky. There we go. Nothing coming to me so far. What kind of establishment? Like a club or a restaurant? Oh, how about a 5-star hotel, I think is going to be there. Yeah, that just came from asking myself what the establishment might be I'm not seeing it close enough, but I think that must be 5-star hotel. All right. Gives us some nice letters, I hope. No, I do like a no at the end. Oh, yeah, well, type of singer, all right. All right, let's try the anagram helper again. No. Oh, of course, like castrato. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Castrato, there we go. Let's see. No, let's go back to the downs. Conscripts, staff for one producing deeds, etc. Well, I think it is going to be one producing deeds. What would you call them? And then I think I'm having trouble reconciling the S in conscripts staff. So I don't think it's simply a double definition, because that would suggest a word ending in S, whereas here one producing. Yeah, so I think there must be wordplay. But I presume that would end in M-E-R, M-O-R. Yeah, if it wasn't Adam and Eve, testator maybe, but no, that wouldn't fit. All right, how about hero, worshipping youth, provides name to boss? Wow. Name can simply be N. Yeah. I am wondering, there's something from mythology, I think Hero and Leander. So maybe it's a hero worshipping youth. Let me look up Hero and Leander and see if I'm completely imagining that. Well, I'm not imagining it. Leander falls in love with Hero and swims every night across the Hellespont to spend time with her. And Hero lights a lamp at the top to guide his way. So I think that must be it. But how is the wordplay working? Provides name. Oh, yeah, so I think name is N, and a boss might be a leader. Although, in my experience, not every boss was a true leader, but there we go. That's how things go sometimes. All right, his vote is wasted. No chance. Oh, so I think it's going to be an anagram of his vote, and it's going to mean no chance. Oh, I think it's shove it. Somebody suggests something to you, you might say shove it rather than no chance. Yeah, I think so. Turning cool over trip that produces nothing. Yeah, I'm not sure whether maybe it's a double definition. A trip that produces nothing, like a wild goose chase. No, don't get it. In the middle, Oscars turned really raunchy. Yeah, don't see that one either. Against supporting former partner, a retired criminal. All right, well, if you're against something, you are con, and a former partner would be your ex, and an ex-con is a retired criminal. All right, that's all of the downs. We've looked at everything, I think. So this must be an ing word. Probably means providing, maybe a double definition. Transferring workers temporarily. I'm thinking of the English Football League where they put people out on loan. Providing support. No, don't see it. And here I thought we were going to have at least one IC and maybe multiple. Journey. What's a word? A long word for journey. No, and here was our display. Person being badly treated. No. Yeah, this is pretty tricky, I think, for a Quiptic, but let me know what you think. Did you struggle with this one, or did you sail through it? I feel like this one has the best letters with the T and the M. Yeah, I'm going to pause, I'm going to sip my water and think about it. I realized how to reconcile my problem with the S. So I think, we're going to have a word for conscripts. And if you conscript soldiers, for example, you're drafting them, drafts. And then staff can be a man, I suppose. Or I suppose as a verb, you staff something, you man it. And someone who produces the deeds might be a draftsman. Could be craftsman, but I think, no, it must be for conscripts, be drafts. So now here's our lecture. Oh, I think if you lecture, maybe you hold, yes, you hold forth. Oh, that's clever. An ancient defensive structure would be an old fort, and you put the H's around it. Very clever. I like that. All right, suggest using spare cash for launch. So I'm thinking the definition might be launch. But I'm having trouble seeing a word. I'm thinking that's going to be an E. Could be an O, of course. No, don't get it. Here was our seafood. So is that R, the river, and furrow? Yeah, I was thinking of furrow as in when you plow, but you can furrow your brow and wrinkle it. And so the seafood is a winkle, which is always a funny word. Now our warm feeling you get next to fire. What's it going to end in? ing or ish? Trip that produces nothing. Nothing could be something like something air, maybe? Turning cool. Oh, maybe we have to turn a word for cool Oh, if something is cool, maybe it's in, and we turn that, we get an I. And then that goes over a trip, and it produces nothing. Oh, I wonder if it could be something all. I'm thinking of another four-letter word that goes before all that means nothing, but oh, yeah, so I think it's a slightly more polite version of that would be, and a very English slang expression, naff all. And if you cool something, you fan it. And then, yeah, oh, yeah, if you trip is a fall, so another kind of trip. Yeah, there we go. I like that. So then what is our, oh, unique might be a one-off. Aristocrat. Oh, a unique attitude. I'm thinking aristocrat might be tough, and we remove the T for time from it. I'm just not exactly sure what the attitude has to do with it. One tough. Yeah, I don't get that. I think 15 squared will have an explanation, so we will try that. Actually, I can use the check this button. It is right. So we'll head over to 15 squared at the end to see if they explain it. All right, now, ooh, I wasn't expecting that L, so I think it's probably going to be an adverb. ly. You get next to fire like a warm, so is it st? No, I don't get that. And here was our raunchy. Oh, could it be carnal? Maybe, might be raunchy. In the middle, Oscars turned. Really? Yeah, I'm yes, so each of these words, Oscars turned, really is 6 letters. We take the middle 2 letters from each of them, CARNAL. There we go. Glad to get that one confirmed. All right, still. My goodness, this is a very tricky cryptic for me. Okay, it may display welcome for person. Yeah, so maybe it is a double definition. Person, who would a person being badly treated, a hostage, or a torturee? Yeah, I don't see it. All right, I try and do the everyman and the cryptic without resorting to word plays. In the everyman I just did a while ago, I did have to look at word plays. I think I'm going to have to look again for this one. Oh my goodness, it is a double definition. And I'm sure I have my doormat outside my house says welcome. And a person being treated badly is metaphorically a doormat. Oh my goodness. All right, should have got that. Journey delayed, blocked by idiotic extremists. Oh, I wonder, maybe 3 times Oh, I think that's the definition. I think, of course, a journey is a trip. Delayed is late, and it's blocked. There goes the IC, blocked by IC, and 3 times is triplicate. All right. You register drug to pick up praise. Ah, so I think it's a eulogy is praise. Yeah, I think it is somewhat a homophone, but I don't think it really works because U obviously does sound like EU, and the drug E does sound like that final Y sound. But the problem is, I think register is log, U log E. So, yeah, I definitely have a question about that one. If I'm reading it right, I may be misunderstanding it. All right, now my providing support. We do get a nice C there. Transferring workers maybe could be ants. Decanting. No. Let me pause and think what other words fit here. Yeah, I did have to run through the alphabet and got to S, and I realized if you support a motion, you second it, but there is this concept of secondment where a worker is transferred to another group. All right, so now one who saves initially. Oh, disorder might be mess, and then I think of Messiah, and so one who saves. And then initially, the initial letters of is against hoarding. Very good. All right, just 2 left. Suggest using spare cash for launch. Yeah, the question mark worries me. It's almost like tossing a coin. Spare cash for launch. Yeah, don't see that. And then the other one is the warm feeling you get next to fire. Like a warm feeling you get next to fire. No question mark, so it's not too much of a stretch, I think. All right, I think I'm going to have to use wordplays.com for these two. Well, there are a lot of words that fit this pattern. I saw float, and I think it is a triple definition. You float an idea. I think in a shop where there's a till, I think they refer to the cash for the day as the float. And if you launch, yeah, I think that one is maybe why there's the question mark. I don't think it's as clean a definition. All right, let's see what I can find for my warm feeling. Yeah, so it doesn't end in ly. If you're feeling a warm feeling, you might be a tingle. And we have had before, I think, this archaic word for a fire as an ingle. So you're at ingle if you're next to fire. All right, that is it. Longer than usual this week. Let's check all. Everything is still there. Let's head over to 15 Squared. I think they should have a blog for this. The blog today is by Pierre. It says Anto often divides opinion, and personally, I found the imprecision in a number of clues a frustration here. Yeah, I think I would agree with that. Anyway, the ones I didn't like. Oh, no, so here we go. The insertion indicator is blocked by. Oh, 3 times should be in triplicate. Ooh, I think that might be nitpicking. I think well, I'm not going to waste any time in it. I didn't have a problem with that one. Um, so 17 float. Okay, he doesn't question that, but I do think about launch. I suppose if you launch a balloon, maybe, or a dinghy or something, you float it. Yeah, I suppose that's okay. Let's see. One off. Yeah, I did question this one. Can't quite make it work. Timeless aristocrat. Yeah, I got that. Where the attitude. Oh, its tone is attitude. I don't like your tone. I don't like your attitude. And you have to remove 2 T's. Yeah, I think that. Yeah, I don't like that one either. Let's see. Oh yeah, it never occurred to me that Ontario is not actually a city. And there is one in California. Yeah, like I didn't question that, but I should have definitely. Yeah, so here definitely I did question if you're including log in the sound alike, then you can't include the soft G sound, which is required for the answer. Yeah, eulogy. It's also the vowel in log is different from eulogy. Anyway, what else? I think everything else is okay. But Cheryl, who did thankfully give the correct interpretation of 24 across, does say too hard for a quiptic. Yeah, so someone else querying that, very tough. Yeah, I think maybe, I don't know, I think I as a solver do agree with this, that if you should start with a quick cryptic, definitely. And then I think the quiptic should be the next step, but this one was a little tougher than I think should be the next step. Anyway, eulogy. Anyway, that's quite enough for this. Anyway, thank you as always for watching and have a wonderful week.